The best 3 things for triathlon swim training. Number 1, a tempo trainer. I've been using it for 12 years now, coaching from the Swim Smooth method from Paul Newsome. It's a little device that sits underneath your swim cap, or if you don't wear a cap, you can use the clip on your goggles. 3 modes. You turn it on, you hold down the top button to get to mode 1. The first mode is pace control. Pacing is crucial for triathletes. Knowing how fast you're going in a pool, for each length you can set it to be every 25 meters, every 50 meters based on your threshold pacing. This is key, guys and girls. I use it to hold back athletes swimming too fast for long sets like a 400 or an 800, or we can slow things down by pushing by 1/100th of a second to get people to hit their 50s and their 100s at very fast paces. It's probably the best bits of kit you can invest in. The other mode I use is mode 3. Hold down the top button. And that is stroke rate. You can hear it beeping. So what is stroke rate? It basically is your arm cadence every time your hand enters the water. So some of us have quite a slow cadence, around 55 hand entries per minute. But for triathlon swimming, it's quite crucial to be able to find your optimal stroke rate. We can make a link to Swim Smooth website where Paul Newsome explains it really well, how to find your optimal sweet spot. Most of us are swimming a bit too slow. It's not about elegant pool swimming, I'm afraid. It's perfect arm strokes. When you're open water, you've got to get through the chop, the waves, and sometimes you've got to accelerate and slow down. And having this in your arsenal, change in stroke rate. If you look at some of the top triathletes, to name but a few, Alistair Brownlee, a few, Tim Don back in the day, there's videos of him online, they're up to 80, 86 strokes per minute. So that's over 1 every second. Okay, so the second bit of kit I find is invaluable is a pool buoy, or for those of you in America, buoy, and paddles. So slightly controversial for some coaches. I've never coached someone over the years that I've been doing it that's gone slower. If you have quite a high buoyancy in the water already, I wouldn't suggest a big pool buoy. If you are someone with sinky legs and bigger muscle definition in their legs, a bigger buoy will help you elevate your hips when you are tired. So triathletes generally do quite a lot of biking and running in addition to their 3 swims a week. You have to have strength. It's key for long distance triathlon. So pool buoys and paddles are probably your staple. I wouldn't get big dinner plates. You can see these are just about the size of the palm of my hand. We want to improve your feel for the water, give you really specific arm strength, so it keeps the heart rate pretty low during training because you're not absolutely killing yourself in high reps. You're building a lot of strength endurance. It's similar to the bike where you do overgear work. It's the same in the pool. It's probably one of your best valuable assets to have. However, if you have shoulder impingement or any shoulder issues, you need to address those first before you start putting a lever on top of your hands. So number 3 in a long list, in no particular order, I think having really good fitting goggles. Sounds very obvious. So many people get to a race, they've been training in the pool in a certain pair that fits their face. It's very personal. These are Tri-Fits iridium shaded goggles. They're pretty new on the market. Doesn't break the bank. You want a very good on the fly adjustment. You want tinted for outdoor use as a triathlete. And on the side, you can just simply pull those to loosen them or release. And you want a really nice fit around the eye socket. I used to use Speedo swim sockets, speed sockets for many years. I find these are leak proof. You can find any one that fits your face. There are other brands, for example, Form, that have your pacing and stroke rate and different information in your lens. I've not trialed them. I've heard different feedback from athletes, good and bad, so I'm not going to comment on them. You can use that in open water to give you real-time pace as well. They are only specific shape, one shape, so it's hit and miss if it's going to fit you. But indoors, I would have a clear lens. I would turn up to a race with multiple pairs of lenses, because you never know what's going to happen outside. If it's going to be foggy, you won't be able to see much with a lens like that. I would always have a clear lens, something that's going to take the glare, but a newish pair without scratches, and they do lose their resistance to the light and with multiple use outdoors. So just bear in mind, keep a nice clean pair. And sometimes this just snaps at the swim start and then you are stuck. So always have a separate pair that someone can hand to you. So good fitting goggles are probably the most important thing before you even set foot in a triathlon. In summary, the Tempo trainer looks like this. Finis Tempo trainer with full instructions that comes with it. Simply you just reset at the end of your rep with the top button and you adjust 1/100th of a second at the bottom to beep every time you hit the wall, whether it's a 25 or a 50 meter wall. You adjust by holding the top button twice, gets you to stroke rate, and that beeps in your ear every time your hand needs to enter the water. Both fingers together. The other bit of the kit is a pull buoy, and here are some examples of paddles. Alright, I like to use feel for the water plus shoulder strength. Find yourself a Swim Smooth coach near you. Go to swimsmooth.com. They're all over the world. It's a great investment. Get some video analysis is my next tip for swimming. I hear so many times I'm so bad at swimming. Triathletes are saying that all the time. Just get in the water. Getting your feel for the water, your swimming will go through the roof. If it means using a pull buoy every time just to get you going. If you don't have a swimming background, triathletes, I recommend just going down to the water, putting a pull buoy in, help yourself float and build some aerobic fitness. But if you feel you're doing something really wrong with your technique, the biggest cause of us slowing down the density of the water, I would get a few pointers from someone that keeps it really simple for you with the idea that you are going open water swimming. The last thing, use a pacer to slow down to get faster, and that's our goal, isn't it?